let me start from where we stopped last day. And actually we have discussed, now we are in the second lesson, and we have discussed about hardware devices. And first, actually this is very simple lesson, but anyway, it will take time, right? So I'm not dragging that, but so since I have to explain this more and explain this carefully, I have to drag this, right? Last day we discussed about pointing devices. As I remember, last day we discussed about pointing devices. Basically, pointing devices are used to show or move to any pointer, any pointing pixel in the screen. So as you know, pointing device is basically moving to any pixel, and pixel is the basic element of your screen. Pixel is a basic element in your screen, right? And so do you know how these pixels are arranged in the screen? The pixel numbering, how these are arranged in the screen. Have you seen Cartesian plane? Timarsha, have you seen Cartesian plane? This one? Cartesian plane. Make a dakal Cartesian plane. Cartesian plane means this one. So basically, you say prastarakola kiyala kiya. Have you seen this? Right. I think you are using this for mathematics, right? Mathematical drawing. You're using this, right? So in monitor also, it's similar to Cartesian plane, but you don't have negatives. You don't have negatives, only the positives. The Cartesian plane with the positives. So these positives, basically these positives are starting from this corner. So let me know whether you can see my drawings. I'm going to draw these arrows. So x-axis starting from the top left corner, and x values are increasing from left to right. Can you see my drawing, the red color arrow?
Yes, sir.
Right, okay.
Yes, sir.
Then y-axis, it is also starting from the top left corner, and y values are increasing downwards. So that is a bit odd. So it is not similar as Cartesian plane. This Cartesian plane, this is in x, y is increasing from bottom to top, and then left bottom to then right, it is increasing the x value, left bottom to right, and bottom to top, basically y is increasing. But here in the screen, x values are increasing from top left to right, and y values are increasing from top left to bottom. Right. So if you write these x and y values, so you write like this. Have you seen something like this? So x, the maximum x is 1280. And maximum y is, let's say, 720. Have you seen something like this? What is this number? 1280 by 720. Or sometimes have you seen 800 by 600? So it says x and y, the x width and height in pixels. What is that? This has a term. Can anyone remember the term used for this? 1280 by 720. So in my screen, let me show in my screen. So this is a bit different because I'm using Mac. But anyway, you have the figures similar to that. Here, let's go to the about this Mac, and I'm showing display. And you can see it is 1440 by 900. 1440 by 900. So this is the pixel arrangement, number of pixels horizontally and the number of pixels vertically. So that is the pixel arrangement. I can go to the preferences, and in some cases in your machine, basically you can change this, right? In your machine, you can change this. But in my one, basically, so I don't have a feature to change that here. What is this figure? Still, I'm waiting for the answer. No one knows. Okay, one chat. Display what? Yes, you call display resolution. So this value is called, have you heard this term? Display resolution. You can also control your display resolution, right? Okay, I'll give you a chance. So take this chance, right? Anyone using Windows can share the desktop now. Windows desktop share. I'll show you how to do this. Please share your screen and I'll tell how to do this. Yeah, can someone share the screen? Okay, Lashin, thank you. Okay, I can see your screen. Just minimize all and go to the desktop. You can press Windows key and D key together. Windows D press karana tagala minimize your Windows key and D key. පුතේ මං හිතන්නේ ඔයා share කරලා තියෙන්නේ මේ browser window එක. screen එක share කරනවද? මුළු desktop එකම ඕන. මොකද මට desktop එක පේන්නේ නැහැ. ලෂෙන් Lashin, can you hear me? Take up stop kala sharing. Again, stop the sharing and share the desktop. Our screen making mulu screen select desktop select. There's something wrong with this one, right? Okay, can anyone else do that? I'm giving the chance to someone else. කාට හරි පුළුවන් වෙන share කරන්න. Yes, can someone else share the screen? Okay, Praveen. Okay, Praveen, just minimize everything. Windows D, right? Okay, now you can see the Praveen's desktop. And Praveen get desktop එක පේනවනේ. හරි. Okay, Praveen, just right click in the desktop, then go to the display settings. Yes, display settings. In display settings, yes. Can you see in the history in the display display settings? Can you see this section? Display resolution. I have highlighted in the red color. Display resolution. Yes, you can change it. You can change the display resolution. You can say select the last one, 800 by 600. Okay, see that what will happen. Keep settings. Yes, keep settings. Now you can see his font color, everything is like much bigger, right? Just minimize by pressing Control and Windows D, Windows key D key press the desktop Windows D. You can see now icons are filled. Actually, icons are a bit larger than the previous view. Icons are larger, font sizes are larger, task manager is a bit larger. Likewise, everything become large because 800, 600 resolution. Just go back and change to the default one or the larger resolution, more resolution. Okay, let's go to the recommend. Yeah, that one. Yes. And now you can see everything become smaller, right? Now everything, even the icons are in the corner of the desktop arranged well, and size is a bit low because now you are showing more pixels, around 1000. Earlier you was showing 800 pixels. Kalin display ke tibe pixel 800ක් විතරයි. හැබැයි දැන් display එකේ pixel 1300 ගාණක් තියෙනවා. ඒතකොට ඒක වැඩි වෙලා තියෙනවා. Because of that you can see more area. And icons also bit smaller, right? That previous one icons are larger. So likewise you can change the resolution of your display. But there's a maximum limit, right? You can't change, you can't give any value. There's a maximum limit that you can give. You can't give all the values. You have a maximum limitation. And that is called the hardware resolution. Why there's a hardware resolution? Because if you have, like say, if you have LED grid. So have you seen this kind of grid, LED grid? LED grid කියන්නේ මේ දෙපැත්තටම LED bulbs තියෙන. මේ monitor එක හරියට මේ LED grid එකක් වගේ. හරි මේකේ තියෙනවා maximum number. It's okay Lashan, right? Okay. So we have managed to. So මේකේ තියෙනවා maximum number එකක්. මේ LED දැන් මේක නම් ගණන් කරන්න පුළුවන්. අපේ screen එකේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් තියෙන like here in my screen 1440 1440ක් මේ වගේ dots. එතකොට 1440ක් කියන්නේ හිතලා බලන්න කොච්චර ප්‍රමාණයක්ද. 1440ක් කියන්නේ අඟලක් ගත්තොත් if you take inch 1 inch මේ වගේ අඟලක් ගත්තොත් you have 144 144ක් තියෙන dots. Therefore you can't see in a naked eye. Using naked eye you cannot see this. අපේ ඇහැට සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පේන්නේ, but if you use telescope or zoom in device, then you can see the pixels, right? Okay, pixel is the smallest unit, and pixels are created using this kind of grid, pixel grid. Then this pixel grid you can control the number of pixels that you are going to unite. So maybe you can put 2 by 2 pixels. You can pixel දෙක දෙක ඔන්න ගන්න පුළුවන් අපිට. You can take 2 by 2 pixels දෙක දෙක අරගෙන group කරන්න පුළුවන්. Pixels 4 4 අරගෙන නැත්නම් 3 3 අරගෙන group කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ අනුව තමයි resolution කියලා එකක් හැදෙන්නේ. That is software resolution. But maximum you can go is the hardware resolution. That is the number of individual units. That is 1 pixel. So that is the maximum that you can go. But software wise you can reduce that. Software එකෙන් අඩු කරන්න පුළුවන්. LED 4ක් එක unit එකක් විදිහට ගන්න පුළුවන්. තව කෙනෙක් කියන්න පුළුවන් නෑ LED 3ක් තමයි එක unit එකක් මේ විදිහට ගන්නවා pixel එක. තව එක්කෙනෙක් ගන්නවා මෙහෙම 4 pixel 4ක්. තව එක්කෙනෙක් මෙහෙම එකක් ගන්නවා. ඒතර මේ එකක් ගත්තොත් තමයි if you take 1 that is the maximum. So භාගයක් ගන්න බෑ. ඒක තව භාගයටත් බෙදලා resolution තව වැඩි කරන්න බෑ. If you try to do that your monitor will turn off. So if you try to assign more resolution than what is supported by your monitor will turn off. Be careful because resolution can, so if you permanently assign such resolution then you can't turn on the machine either. Because always when your display shows the screen, monitor get off. Monitor will turn off. So you can't see the screen. Okay, let's write down a small note up on this because when you know the pointing devices, you should know how these pointing devices are moving and what these pointing devices are doing. It's accessing each and every pixel. If there's a device which can access each and every pixel, that device is called pointing device. Okay, just write down that note first and let's move to the next topic after writing the note. Because this is, I think this part is important even though that is not there in your note. In the book, you don't have that. So here's the basically screen resolution. It is pixels in width and pixels in height. So this is typical value. And this is another value. Likewise, you have values. Please write down. And for cameras, this is different, right? It is number of pixels. For screen, this is width into height. But for cameras, it is number of pixels. For an example, 6,000 pixels horizontally, 4,000 pixels vertically means total of 24 million pixels. You call in short format 24 MP or 24 megapixel. In other hand, it is 24 million pixels. That is for cameras. Because digital cameras can take photographs in more resolution. That is not width and height. So you are telling in total pixels. Make it width and height total pixels are in the. Okay, please write down this part and after that I'm going to give a note related to this. Okay, after that please write this as well. Okay, I'm going to write this here. Display resolution is this. Okay. Pointing devices are used to move each pixel, are used to move to each pixel in the screen. Pixel is the smallest screen element. Smallest pixel is the smallest screen element. And it is equal to a RGB LED bulb. This is equal to RGB LED bulb. Number of horizontal pixels into number of vertical pixels is called screen resolution. You can change it. You can change it by accessing the GUI desktop. GUI means graphical user interface desktop, right? We discussed this previously. GUI desktop. Right click and select graphic options or screen resolution. It is possible to change the software resolution by grouping the hardware pixels. It is possible to change the software resolution by grouping the hardware pixels. Okay, somebody was asking question. RGB, ARGB කියලා තියෙන ප්‍රවීණ එක RGB A කියලා තමයි සාමාන්‍යයෙන් කියන්නේ. RGB A means red, green, blue and alpha. RGB, if you don't know, so what is RGB? RGB is red, green. So those are the primary colors, right? Blue. If you have A, RGB and alpha. Alpha කියන්නේ transparency. ඒ වගේ එක transparency level. That is alpha. RGB A කියලා තියෙනවා. It is possible to software resolution, change the software resolution by grouping the hardware pixels. But there is a maximum limit. And that is the maximum hardware resolution. If you try to change the resolution beyond that, your monitor or screen might turn off or reset. Or reset back to normal resolution. So that is the story about the resolution. Digital camera resolution is total number of pixels after multiplying the width from height. It is represented in million pixels or megapixels. It is represented using million pixels or megapixels. Okay. So this is about the pointing devices. What pointing devices does? It access each and every pixel. Mouse is a pointing device which can access each and every pixel. Then light pen is a pointing device which can access each and every pixel. Joystick is a pointing device. Touch screen is a pointing device. Touch pad is a pointing device. Tracker ball is a pointing device. Stylus is a pointing device. All these are pointing devices. Pointing device means can access any pixel in the screen. So purpose might be different, right? Joystick for playing games and touch screen for moving or touching the screen elements. Mouse is to show the screen elements. Stylus to draw in the screen elements. Stylus or light pen is to draw in the screen elements likewise. So maybe the purpose is different, but anyway, it can access each and every pixel. Okay, quickly finish writing and let me know once you're done. Finish. Okay, I'll give you some time. If you're not done, so please take a screenshot and you can write that later also. But my recommendation is write this now because I can send this document. That is not the point. If you write only, you can remember. Okay, then. So the next thing is, so these are the, so here, these are the, here you can see touchpad, touch screen, joystick, light pen, and especially used in the CAD-like drawing, computer designing. And I have seen this even, so this is quite similar to light pen, but not the same, right? This is also quite similar to light pen. You can just mark in the screen, you can draw in the screen, but just a software. This is not real light pen. This is just a software. And stylus and all. So these are used by stylus basically. Stylus are still used by these drawing pads. So if you're having a drawing pad, then stylus is used, right? So this is drawing pad. Basically, artists digitally, so who wish to draw things digitally, these people are called digital artists. They are using the stylus and this drawing pad. මේක අර චිත්‍රන් දින කට්ටිය තමයි ගොඩක්ම පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ. ඉස්සරන ස්ටයිලස් එකක් ආව මේ මොබයිල් ෆෝන් වලත් ආව ස්ටයිලස් එක. හැබැයි දැන් ටච් ස්ක්‍රීන් එක ඔක්කොම තියෙන්නේ හින්දා වෙනම ස්ටයිලස් එකක් එන්නේ නැහැ. නැත්තම් මොබයිල් ෆෝන් වලත් ආව ස්ටයිලස් කියලා. This is, and still some mobile phones are having that, no? Still some mobile phones are having, this is stylus phone. It's like a pen. You can use that to draw in the screen. It's more sharp. Okay, then here 2019 also there are some stylus phones. Okay, so then that is not there in the book, right? Stylus. So I think we have added to our note to the this devices list. Not sorry. Pointing devices, yes, pointing devices. What are the pointing devices? We didn't add that, sorry, that's my mistake. And so these are the pointing devices. Stylus is also coming there. Mouse, tracker ball, light pen, touchpad, touchscreen, joystick, and stylus. And the next thing is scanners. Actually, there are a range of scanners used in the computer. Here you have one thing in the digital, so another imaging and video input devices. Digital camera can be used as an input device, but I don't like that term much. Stylus that may make a digital camera. It has screen also, right? So since it has a screen, that is output device. This lens is working as input device and these buttons are also working as input. This is output. And not only that, you can put a chip, memory chip. And when you put a memory chip, it is storage. Right? It has input, output, storage, and this has a processor also. It can be used to do small editing. Samana digital camera එකක් තියෙනවා ඔයාලට edit කරන්නත් පුළුවන් photos. You can edit inside the digital camera. So that is for processing. එතකොට මේ ඔක්කොම තියෙන හින්දා මේක වෙනම system එකක්. This is a different system. But in your system that is given as an input device. But here they have also mentioned that that can be used as output device because it has a display. But I don't like that. Since you have in your book, you can keep it in mind. Because this is separate system rather than being input device. Input device can input vitarani karanna on. But this can do many tasks. It can input, process, display, memorize. It can do everything that comes. This is a small computer actually. This is a small computer, different computer system. But since it is given in your book, so you can remember the digital camera is also input device, and webcam. Webcam is obviously, for sure, webcam is input device. Why? Can you use webcam to take photographs outside without the computer? Computer එකක් නැතුව webcam එක අරන් ගිහලා photos එහෙම ගහන්න පුළුවන්. Can you move that and take photos outside? No. You can't remove. So basically, if it is in the laptop, you can't remove the webcam. So if it is external webcam, still you can remove. But you have to plug it to some device. Otherwise, it won't work. You have to plug it to a computer or mobile phone. Then only it will work. So webcam is input device. I agree with that. And also CCTV. That is also true. CCTV or short closed circuit television. That is also, you can't use this CCTV camera separately. It should be used with the system. And CCTV is also example for imaging and video input devices. Okay, let's write down that as well. No need to write down the same note. I'm just giving the special points only. No need to write down the same because it is already in the book. Imaging and video input. So imagine and video input, you can use a webcam, CCTV camera, and so even though, yeah, digital camera, so in bracket I'll write, but it is a different system which has input, output, and storage capabilities. So input, output, processing, and storage capabilities. But it is a different system . It's a different system which has input, output, and processing capabilities. Okay. The next one is scanners. Basically, there are two types of scanners. You have two types of scanners available, and the first one is called flatbed scanners. And handheld scanners. Also, you have embedded scanners. Flatbed scanners, normal scanner that we use is a flatbed that can be kept in a desk. Can keep in a desk, can be kept in a desk. Handheld scanners, example, you can say barcode, QR code, readers are handheld. Embedded scanners, you can say ATM machines, check readers, and OMR, OCR. I'll explain one by one, right? Just write down for the moment. I'll explain one by one. What is OMR? What is OCR? So first write down, I'll explain this. Okay, so with that, let's move to the next one. And so let's explain. So let's learn what are these scanners first. So let's learn what are these scanners, what type of scanners are there, and why these scanners. Basically, scanners are used to get the printed documents, printed materials, or maybe handwritten text, or handwritten document, or maybe a image, right? If you want to scan a leaf-like thing, or if you want to scan any object, but should be flat 2D. So we are normally using scanners. So Praveen, what you're asking is how to copy and cropped image and paste in a new Photoshop window. Control C, Control V. So basic copy paste. So you have to select, but right? You have to select Control A, Control C, Control V. Yes. To select Control A, select all, Control C to copy and Control V to paste. That's easier. Right, okay. So let's move to the topic. Flatbed scanners, document, a leaf lighting, anyway, any flat thing. So maybe money note, image, document can be scanned using this. And then I think you have seen this barcode readers, QR code readers and all. So QR code is like similar to barcode, but it is like 2D. Here, you can use this QR code generator and generate a QR code if you want. But I'm going to show this. So this is a QR code generator. You can also try this. And new phones, new mobile phones, basically, if you turn on the camera, you can detect the QR code. Alut mobile phone wala me venama scan එකක් ඕනේ නැහැ. කෙලින්ම mobile phone එකේ camera එක on කරත් මේක කියවන්න පුළුවන්. So let me write my contact details. I'm going to write my details, okay. So let's say, okay. Right, so let's say something like this. So then when you scan this, okay, when you scan this using your mobile phone, or just turn on the camera and see, some mobile phones are detecting this. Some mobile phones, the mobile phone එක නිකන් on කළා camera එක on කරාම නිකම්ම detect කරනවා. And please note, if you disconnect, please connect to the same, right? Then we disconnect වෙන්න යන්නේ අර zoom limit එකේ හින්දා. මේකටම ආයි connect වෙන්න. We are having another session. In the මේකටම ආයි connect වෙන්න. So can you try to scan this? You will get the contact details of me. When you turn on the camera and point to this image, you will see contact info, right? You can tap on the contact info and just put that contact to your mobile phone easily without typing. That will save your time. You can camera can scan කරන්න විතරයි. That will save your time. You can just try, right? Some mobile phones, but some mobile phone it won't.